Hey guys, I'm Sean. I created FitStudent.co.uk and today we're going to be asking, what is it you're really training for? Okay, so first thing, and I want you to actually do this, put your hand up if you work out to get fitter. So my hand's up. Okay, now keep your hand up if you know exactly what you mean when you say get fitter. Okay, now where's your hand gone? Is it gone down because you don't really know what you're talking about? Or is it just sort of hovering about over here like, I guess I kind of know what I'm talking about, but I don't really. Most people, it's around here, or it's gone straight back down once you really think about it. That's because a lot of people, we buy a gym membership or we get a new set of trainers and go running, but we don't really know what we're doing it for. So what I want you to do before you even think about going out to that gym again or putting on those trainers is set yourself a goal. Okay, and that goal could be anything. It could be to go to Tesco and buy more vegetables, or it could be competing in a bodybuilding competition. It could be that small or that big. Those small things like buying vegetables or prepping your food, they're your intermediate goals. What I want right now from you today is your big one, the big thing you're aiming for. I want you to think about what that is, okay? But generally, those big things come down to one of the 5 aspects of physical fitness that you have within your body, okay? So I'll take you through what those 5 are. You've got your cardiovascular fitness, your muscular strength, your muscular endurance, your flexibility, and your body composition. And all 5 of those all go hand in hand. If you don't have cardiovascular fitness, you don't recover between sets when you're trying to improve muscular strength and endurance. If you're not flexible, then you're not going to be able to go full range as you try and lift weights. So what's that going to do for you? You're not going to get the best results you can. Okay, so you need to balance all 5 of those aspects. But for most of us, one of them is the one that stands out. Some of us want to be able to deadlift 400 kilos like it's nothing. Some of us want to be able to run a marathon or run a 10k. Some of us want to have 4% body fat and look absolutely ripped. Okay, whatever it is, find the one that's important to you. Find out what specifically it is. Work it out. Ask yourself these questions. Why is it that I'm working out? Ask yourself why. And when you really find out what that reason is that you're working out, write it down specifically what it is you're going to do. Is it going to be, in 3 months' time, I'm going to be 6% body fat. By the end of next year, I'm going to run a 10k. Whatever it is, write it down. Get a pen, get a piece of paper, and write it down right now. Or at least once you've realised what the goal is. Okay? Once you've written it down, rip it out, stick it up on your wall, stick it anywhere that you're going to walk past every day, so that every day you walk past it and you think about it. You think, yeah, in 3 months I'm going to be 6% body fat and it's going to be awesome. That is where I'm going to be, and when it gets there, I am going to feel like the bomb. Okay, you're going to put that on your wall and see it and think about it every single day. Once you're doing that, once you're thinking about it, next thing you need to do is set those little intermediate goals and learn to track the progress. So you start here. Where do you have to go? And in what increments to get to the end? So think about whatever the goal is. Is it drop 10% body fat from say 16 to 6? How fast are you going to do that? How much effort are you going to put into it? If it really matters, you'll put in as much as you can. Okay? Write it down in little steps. It might take a while to work out. You might have to go and read around. You might have to ask friends what they do, or ask us. Send us some tweets. Ask us anything, and we'll help you out as you're trying to work out these goals. Okay, so set those little intermediate goals to get you to the big one. And then once you get to the big one, once you're there, once you're feeling ecstatic, make a new one. There's always ways to keep going. You'll always want to keep going. Once you get there and you feel as good as you feel, you'll know it. And you won't want to stop that. You won't want to think, okay, yeah, I'm here now, I'm comfortable, I'm happy staying here. You will not want to stay there. You want to keep going and push yourself further because you've gotten to this point. You've done it. It was you that got here. and you're going to keep going. That's all you're going to want to do for the rest of your life once you do it this first time. So now we're here. We know how to set the goal. We've got our goal. We know how to track it. How are we going to train for it? As you were tracking it, you probably came across different ways of training towards that goal as you were learning to track. And as you read and found out and learned, okay, so this is how I'm going to track it. If I'm trying to lift up to 400 kilos, I'm going to increase it by 5 kilos a month. And then eventually I'll be there in this time. And as you were doing that, you probably read some things on how to lift that bar off the ground with good form and the right number of reps and sets in order to achieve that goal. So what you're going to do now, you're going to learn how to train. There's a difference between training and exercising. Exercising is just moving. Exercising is getting out of bed in the morning and walking down the stairs to make breakfast and then walking to the car. Training is different. Training is not standing on a treadmill for 40 minutes in a comfort zone where you can just run for those 40 minutes comfortably and then get off and go home. That is not training, that is exercising. Training is pushing yourself to the limits and then going past those limits, because then your body has no choice but to adapt. So that next time you put that kind of stress on it, it's like, Jesus, okay, that was difficult, but next time I'm going to be ready. But it won't be, because you're going to go even harder next time. Okay, you're going to learn how to go harder specifically and how to push your body past its limits. So that has to change and make those changes so that you get to your goal. That's all there is to it. Right now, your training may well just be going into the gym, going on the treadmill, lifting a couple of weights, and then yeah, I feel good. I've done stuff. But how much have you done? How much have you changed in the time you've been doing that? My guess is probably not as much as you'd like. And that's most probably because you've been exercising and not training. Training is what you need to do. Okay, so we'll go through it. What you're going to do, you're going to set your goal. You're going to find out what it is. You're going to write it down. And you're going to stick it up. Next, you're going to learn how to track it. What are the points where you are going to hit on the way, on the journey to that final goal? Find a way to track it and then write it all down every step of the way. Every time you lose 0.5% of body fat, write it down. Every time you lift 5 kilos more or any weight more, any single weight you lift, write it down in a notepad or on an app or any other way you can think of to make sure that you remember, and write every detail. Write the exercise, write how long you did it for, write how it felt. And then next week when you come and do that same exercise again, you can look back and think, okay, so that was what I did. This time I'm going to beat it. Every time you're going to beat what you did last time. That's how you're going to improve. That's how you're going to excel and achieve the goal. Okay? And then the last thing is train. Train towards that goal. Train specifically towards that goal. No other goal. Because what's the point? You don't want to achieve those other goals. You want to achieve that one. That one that you decided is the one that's going to keep you going. If you're about to fail on a rep, and you know that getting that rep will be pushing you past the normal limit, that's the rep you're going to make sure you finish. Normally you might just go, that was too difficult, I can't do that last rep. But now, that isn't you. Now, the person you are is the one that says, I'm going to finish this rep. Because next week, this rep's going to be easy. If I do this rep now, I'll be able to do it again, no problem, next week. That's what you're going to do from now on. You're going to set your goal, track it, and train like a beast. Okay? And there we go. What is it you're really working for? You need to ask yourself that question and then work towards it. Achieve it. And then ask yourself again, okay, what am I working for? See you next time, guys.